Okay. Professor Mrinal Miri. Only 5 minutes.
I shall take less than 5 minutes. Deputy Chairman, sir. I'm greatly honored and privileged to be asked to speak in this very historic debate. I have listened to the debate very, very carefully, and I find that the debate has been extremely enthralling. It has enhanced our understanding of both Ambedkar and the Constitution. I shall not, in the very brief time given to me, raise historical issues about which government did what in pursuit of the letter and spirit of the Constitution. Such issues have been raised multiple times and discussed during the present debate. I wish to make, in the little time given to me, just 2 points of principle. The points may be regarded as matters arising out of the discussion on the Constitution of India in the House so far. The first point is about the idea of tolerance. The word tolerance or toleration is integrally a part of the official vocabulary of the ideology of liberalism. I make a distinction between the ideology of liberalism and what we call liberal values, which most of us accept. For the ideology of liberalism, cultural practices that it cannot accept, according to its own criteria, as either meaningful or reasonable, can still be tolerated. And such tolerance will be compatible with liberalism's intellectual and emotional rejection of such practices. Tolerance in this sense does not necessarily include respect and can very well go hand in hand with total lack of respect and even inward contempt. Just as one may tolerate a person whom one dislikes intensely or a cultural practice that one abhors. When in the context of the Constitution we talk of the proper attitude to the diversity of religions in our country, it is my view that the appropriate language for this is not tolerance, but acceptance and respect. Acceptance of another religion, not in the sense of adopting it as one's own, but as an authentic and ongoing perspective on life and the world. Acceptance and respect requires understanding, and genuine understanding and genuine respect can be based only on genuine understanding. Such understanding takes us much beyond tolerance. It is therefore understanding that our country must promote and not just tolerance. My second related point is about our attitude to our tribal cultures. Tribal religions and tribal cultures are integrally, organically connected with each other. One without the other is empty of meaning. Tribal cultures are also autonomous centers of meaning. They are not fossilized remnants of other more evolved cultures and religions. I shall just cite here a remark by perhaps the greatest philosophers of our times, Ludwig Wittgenstein. When a pupil of his approvingly referred to the anthropologist Fraser's view that tribal religions are infantile, irrational, or pre-rational magical practices, Wittgenstein simply asked, "Do you think tribes are plain stupid?" A tribe's religion and its culture are the source of its notions of right and wrong, good and bad, reasonable and unreasonable, just and unjust, and yes, truth and falsehood. And they are also the source that provides answers to questions such as what is it to live well, what constitutes true happiness. In other words, tribal cultures constitute a way of being wholly human. And respect for plurality means respect for different ways of being human. And this, so it seems to me, must make a difference to our interpretation of the idea of propagation as it is found in the Constitution. For instance, conversion is usually taken to be part of the meaning of propagation, but taken thus, religious conversion of tribes, as it has taken place in most cases, does seem to me to violate the underlying constitutional principle of acceptance and respect for pluralism. For conversion involves a rejection, and rejection here effectively means a rejection of the entire way of being human. Gandhi's idea of fellowship of religions is extremely relevant here. I would therefore strongly urge that this House devote time to a thorough debate on this issue, particularly insofar as it impacts on the role of education at its different
All right.
levels in fostering the
Okay,
value of
now
pluralism.
take your seat.